Welcome to a world where size doesn't matter, at least not when it comes to planets. In this video, we're diving into the intriguing realm of 5 incredible dwarf planets, where small really is the new big. So strap on your spacesuit and get ready for a wild ride through the fascinating world of dwarf planets. Hit those like and subscribe buttons and let's blast off. Alright, let's get one thing straight. A dwarf planet is not some tiny celestial body that's picked on by the other planets. Think of it like this. If the solar system were a family, the planets would be the older siblings, the ones who get to boss everyone around and hog all the attention. But the dwarf planets? They're like the quirky younger siblings who march to the beat of their own drum and don't give a hoot about what the other planets think. So what exactly makes a planet a dwarf anyway? Well, it all comes down to size. A dwarf planet is smaller than a regular planet, but bigger than an asteroid or a comet. It's kind of like the middle child of the solar system. Not too big, not too small, but just right. Who wouldn't want to learn more about a tiny, weirdly shaped object spinning through the vastness of space? So let's get started. Oh, Pluto. The little planet that could, until it couldn't anymore. Poor guy got demoted to dwarf planet status in 2006 and has been the butt of many astronomy jokes ever since. But let's give Pluto a little love. After all, he may be small, but he's still out there, spinning around the sun like a champ. First off, Pluto is not just a Disney dog. He's a real, live, well, you know what I mean, celestial body that hangs out in the Kuiper Belt, a region of the solar system beyond Neptune. And yeah, he's small, about a fifth the size of Earth, but that doesn't mean he's not important. For one, Pluto has a pretty interesting backstory. It was discovered in 1930 by astronomer Clyde Tombaugh, who was on the hunt for Planet X, a hypothetical planet beyond Neptune. When he found Pluto, he thought he had struck gold. Or, you know, platinum. For decades, Pluto was considered the 9th planet in our solar system and had a pretty good run as a beloved underdog. But then in 2006, the International Astronomical Union decided to re-evaluate the definition of a planet and decided that Pluto no longer fit the bill. The reason? Pluto hadn't cleared its orbit of other debris, which is one of the criteria for being a planet. So just like that, Pluto got the boot from planet status and was downgraded to dwarf planet. Ceres is the biggest object in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter and was actually the first dwarf planet to be discovered. Sorry Pluto, but Ceres is stealing the dwarf planet spotlight now. So what's so great about Ceres? Well, for starters, it's got a bit of a mystery going on. See, back in 2015, NASA's Dawn spacecraft went on a mission to study Ceres up close and personal. And what it found was strange. There were these bright spots on Ceres' surface that nobody could quite explain. Were they ice? Salt deposits? Alien disco balls? Nobody knew for sure. But don't worry, conspiracy theorists, it turns out that the bright spots are most likely just salt deposits. Despite its small size, it's only about 590 miles in diameter, it's got a lot going on. For one, it's got a big crater right in the middle called Occator. This thing is huge, about 57 miles across, and is responsible for those bright spots. Occator is also surrounded by some pretty gnarly looking cliffs, which make Ceres feel like the Wild West of dwarf planets. Haumea. If you're scratching your head trying to remember this dwarf planet, don't worry, you're not alone. Haumea is one of the lesser known members of the Dwarf Planet Club, but that doesn't mean it's not worth talking about. In fact, Haumea might just be the weirdest member of the gang. First off, let's talk shape. Haumea is shaped like a flattened rugby ball, which is pretty weird for a celestial body. Some scientists think that it got squished over time by its own rotation, while others think that it may have collided with another object that caused it to flatten out. Either way, it's a pretty bizarre sight to behold. But Haumea's oddness doesn't stop there. It's also got some funky surface features, including a bright spot that's believed to be a frozen chunk of water. And get this, Haumea has not one, but 2 moons. They're named Hiaka and Namaka, and they're both named after Hawaiian goddesses. Because why not, right? So keep on doing your thing, Haumea. We may not always understand you, but we're always fascinated by you. MakeMake, the dwarf planet with a name that's just fun to say. Seriously, go ahead and try it. MakeMake. See? Didn't that put a smile on your face? And trust us, this little celestial body is just as fun as its name. MakeMake is a real trailblazer. It was actually the 4th dwarf planet to be discovered after Pluto, Eris, and Haumea. But just because it wasn't the first one found doesn't mean it's any less interesting. In fact, MakeMake has some pretty unique features that set it apart from the others. For one, it's got a super thin atmosphere that's made up of methane gas. And scientists believe that the methane in the atmosphere may be the result of gases escaping from the surface of the dwarf planet. So in a way, MakeMake is like the burping uncle of the solar system. But MakeMake's quirks don't stop there. It's also got a reddish-brown color, which is believed to be the result of organic compounds that have been exposed to radiation from the sun. So it's like the solar system's own little tie-dye shirt. Get ready to meet the baddest dwarf planet in the solar system, Eris. This celestial body is like the rebel teenager of the group, always causing trouble and stirring up drama. But hey, we can't help but love her for it. Eris is actually bigger than Pluto, which is why it caused a bit of a kerfuffle when it was first discovered. In fact, some scientists argue that it should be considered the 10th planet in the solar system, but we'll leave that debate for another day. But what really sets Eris apart is its super eccentric orbit. It takes 557 Earth years for Eris to complete one orbit around the sun, which is like the cosmic equivalent of taking the scenic route. And if that wasn't enough, Eris also has a small moon named Dysnomia, which is named after the Greek goddess of lawlessness. So you know things are gonna get wild when Eris and Dysnomia are in the house. So there you have it. Eris may be a bit of a troublemaker, but we can't help but be charmed by its bad girl attitude. Well, that's a wrap on our tour of the solar system's dwarf planets. We hope you had as much fun learning about these celestial bodies as we did. Thanks for joining us on this cosmic adventure, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.